The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, this is Nat and welcome to the Infusionsoft WordPress training video. What this video is going to do is take you through the 10-step guide of how to create your total event, so within Infusion and within WordPress. And before I start, I just want to thank very much some of the lovely directors. So I want to thank Diana, Julie Foster, Julie Williams, Louise and Wendy and Ali for being on the call, on the webinar the other day to go through with, unfortunately, some technical difficulties and slow internet and things, so it was a bit elongated and we had lots of questions. But what that's enabled me to do is create this video for you to take all of that information we all generated and pop that in a one smooth process so you can follow this video step by step to create your events. And of course you are going to be having the audio recording of the directors meeting on the 29th of August 2014 that you can also follow as well. So that's what we're going to be covering today, and I hope to do that within sort of 60 to 90 minutes, hopefully a bit less. Before we start, the very first question I want to ask you is, have you had your training with Ashley? If you haven't, then what I would urge you to do is do that first and turn this video off, because you will need that information before you start, because you need logins and everything like that and have a basic understanding of how this stuff works. And if you have had your training with Ashley and that's all great and you're doing this to build your event, then what I would ask you to do is the following. So the first thing you want to do, as you can see from my screen, is log into your Infusion. So you have, you'll come up with your dashboard here, so it looks something like this. The second thing that I want you to do is get your Directors Training Hub up, so with all your videos and everything, which is damselsinsuccess.co.uk/director-training/hashtag website. And then at the bottom of all the videos, so if you scroll down here, you'll see at the bottom of these videos you've got create an event presentation. Now I've got it in my tab here just so I can show you for ease, but what I would suggest you do is, if you print this document off, you've got a little print icon at the top, and that way you can have something physical to look at, and you can also make notes on that as we're going through. So grab yourself a pen as well. And the last thing I want you to log into is your WordPress site. So it will come up like this with your dashboard on there, and you'll also need the date of your next event and access to your Dropbox. Okay. So that being said, so what I would say is, feel free to, you don't have to go through this at the speed that I'm doing it, feel free to pause it and stop it at any point you want and come back to it and do the next part. So let's begin. So creating a new event. So this is what we're going to be following going through. So what we want to do is find step one. So step one says create your event page. So create your event registration page using Optimize. You can see the training video in the landing and sales page training. So there's all different sections here, and there's your landing and sales page training, so you can watch the video on Optimize right there. And you can set your events at the event page parents. So there you go, you can see there. So what we'll need to do is go into our WordPress for that and click on, as you saw in that little diagram there, pages. So just give that one click. And whilst we wait for that to load, here we go. So the reason why we're creating this is this is what people are going to click onto when it says click to register here. So this is what your guests for your meeting are going to be filling out. So you've already got one created for you. I don't know what the title of that is, but it will be your last event. So to save you duplicating or doing it again and knocking out all the links in it, what you want to do is take your last event, so for me that's Health and Energy, hover over it and click on clone page and wait for that to pop up there. Okay, so the first thing we want to change on here is the title. So my title for my next event is Love, 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 so I'll pop that in there. And we also want to change the permalink, so the URL that people are going to use to register for your event. So I want to change that to love space love space love. You don't need any commas or any punctuation. So just do a space if you want to separate the words, and then click on OK. And you'll see that WordPress puts in little hyphens for you automatically. Now what's really important here is you click the update button to update that information. So we just wait for that to finish. And then what we're going to be doing next is going down to where it says Live Editor and click on Launch Now. And this will bring up your Ruby optimized press sales page, which looks very snazzy and has been designed for you. So here we go. So some of this stuff will always stay the same, but you can check through. It's good to check through and read through to make sure all of the information is correct. So we can see at the very top it's got damsels in success with Natalee Tucker, so obviously make sure that that's your name. It's just loading at the moment, so we'll just give that a little minute. Okay, so it's done. So anything you want to change, you just use the pencil. You just hover over the section you want to change and you use a little pencil to change any information. But I'm going to go through right now the bits we need to change each time. So first thing is the title. So hover over my little pencil. And wait for that to pop up there. Gives you a little breather as well, so if you're following along for me, you might too have the spinny wheel of death. So we'll just wait for that to come up so I can change that. There we go. So I'm going to take this information out of the speech marks and put my event title. And then what I want to do is scroll down to the bottom and click on Insert. Okay, let's have a look for the next one to change. Okay, so the date in here is wrong because my next event is the 3rd of October. So I click over the pencil on the calendar. So I'm going to change it to October. And then the date is 3. Scroll down to the bottom, insert. See a pattern starting to emerge here now, probably. Over this date, and click on the pencil because I want to update that one. Okay, just change it to here to October 3rd. And the reason why we're updating the date so much is so people remember when it is. So again, click on insert. You can see all of this is right, so I don't need to change that. This is just some blurb that's been auto-populated for you before, so hopefully you like that. Obviously you can change it if you want to, but it's successfully easiest to leave it the way it is and just update the basic bits. The next bit we've got to change is down to this shock lady. So again, nothing's changed here, so click on the pencil and change the information, but there's a couple of updates we need to do in this bit. So the first bit is change the first date in the first paragraph. Okay. Then the second paragraph is the same. So you could copy and paste that if you want. So you can drag and highlight it. I do right click, copy. I like this bit. Right click, paste. There we go. And then the theme you need to change. Take this out. And for me, that's love, 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 or whatever your title of your theme is. Okay, and that's it. So you've checked everything else. Scroll down to the bottom, insert. Okay. That's all fine. That's all fine. And you've got where it is. So providing that's the same, you don't need to change that. Again, we've got when is it. So I'll hover over the little pencil. Like this bit. That, scroll down to the bottom, insert. Lovely, nice. Okay, Then how much does it cost? So you can see, you can read that a little bit if you want to, but there's nothing we need to update in there. Okay, and then in this green part you've got to change the date again, you can see there. Okay, so, oh, pencil again. Highlight across and paste. And insert. And update. Okay, so that's that for now. So what we want to do is save and close. So we save and close that. And then we want to have a look at step 2, because we've done all that. We've set our event up. Fantastic. So step 2, create your event tags. So where we need to create tags is in Infusion. So as you've logged on to Infusion, and as I say, as before, there's a tags video in the Infusion training section of your director training. So that's just below. You can see Infusion training, and here we go, there's your video and tags. So when you want to watch that, you can just click that. So these are the tags that we want to create, and I'm going to show you how to do that in Infusion. So if you go into Infusion, you want to hover your mouse, not click it, just hover your mouse over the little Infusion app, and then go along to CRM under that section, down to the bottom, and click on Settings. And then we click on Text, and we want to add a tag. So what we want to do is, if you have a look here, the first one, we want your theme name, the date, colon, start promotion. Okay. So it's very, very important. Love, love, love my titles. You notice it's got commas. We don't want to put commas in between any of our title or any of the tag that we want to create, because what will happen is it will separate it. So if I have love, love, love with commas in, it's going to create 3 separate tags. We don't want that. So don't put the commas in unless you want to do all your tags at once. So what I'm going to do is love, 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 and then October, you can see I've done this before, 3rd, 2014, colon, start promotion. Now what I want to do to save me typing it in and saving it again and again, I'm going to put a comma there, and the reason being is I'm going to copy all of this beginning bit, you'll thank me for this in a moment, from the colon to the, or from the beginning to the colon, and copy that. So we've got start promotion. So after your comma, you paste that, and then the next part is registered. Save your little fingers and typing out. Comma, because we want another tag. Paste that again. So you can press Control B to paste. Control C to copy, Control B to paste. So the next one you can see there is attended. Comma, so we're on the next one. So just paste again. The next one you can see there is no show, so you type in no show. Comma, because we're on another tag. Control B. And then the last one you can see is opt out. So we'll type there. Okay, so the category we want to put that under is events. So you can see on here it's got events, so you want to add these tags under the category events, and then we want to add tags. So if you click on that, and you can see there under events I've got all of these tags there. So I've got 5 lovely tags. So tick, step 2 tick, brilliant. Step 3 is creating our campaign. So the easiest way to do that is copy one you've already got, as opposed to starting from scratch. I'm going to show you how to do that. So again, you hover over your hover over your Infusion logo, and then under marketing you want to click campaign builder. So again, let's start with the WordPress where we've copied the optimized press page. We want to copy an event that we've already done. So for me, the last one I created was health and energy. So if I click into that, my purpose for doing this is I want to copy it. So just give it a little while to load up. And remember, you need to be in Firefox in order for campaigns to work in Infusion. So if you haven't got Firefox, just go onto Google, type in Firefox and download it, and then you'll be able to use Firefox as your internet browser, and you'll be able to do this in there. So all you want to do in this is, you don't really want to touch this campaign, you just want to copy it. So you click on the down arrow here and make a copy. So we change it, so take copy of out, so we've got 2014, change the date, so we've got October 3rd, and then my title is Love, Love, Love. Okay, and then we want to save it. So it'll take a little while because it's just copying all the information over to save it for you. It looks like a document, but it's working very hard in the background. So you'll see it should pop open in a minute. So this will change from health and energy, and it will take us into our love, love, love one that we've just created. There we go. So you'll notice that this is all grey because we need to populate this with some information in there. So we've cloned the pre-made event, and we've chose the clear description name, which I've showed you how to enter in. And again, you can see the Infusionsoft training for creating a campaign in your Director Training Hub. So step 3, we want to update all the tags. We've just created all the tags, so we want to put the correct ones in. So if you go back to your Infusion, so you want to tag them as start event promo. So if you double click on the little man here, we want to change the tagging here. So we don't want to tag them as start promotion, health and energy. We want to, if you start typing in love, then or whatever the first few letters of what your event's called, all the tags will come up to make it nice and easy for you, so you don't have to type it all out again. So we want start promotion. So we click on that one and get rid of, so X off the health and energy one, and click save. Now just to show you, for showing you sake, in event promotion there isn't any tags to apply, so that's fine. We just go back to campaign. Please don't use the back button because that will throw you out of the campaign. Always back to campaign or back to list. Use these buttons within Infusionsoft. Okay, so in event registration, there's nothing in there as well because this I'll go through in a moment, but just to show you what it looks like a little bit before we go in there. Okay. Okay. There we go. We need some lift music, don't we, between these breaks. And so the last place where we need a tag is in event reminders. So you just double click on that as the others. You see where it says apply one tag? I'm going to click on that. Now the reason we're doing this tag is, what that means is when they've clicked on the link in your emails to say, yeah, I want to register for the event, it will take them to the event registration page, so the one you've built in WordPress, and it'll fill all that out. And what it will say is, what we're telling Infusion to do is, once they've filled out that information on that page, we want to apply that tag that we've created, registered, so we can see who's registered for our event, so we can see beforehand. So again, like the other one, type the first few letters of your event in and find registered there, so mine's there, so click on that and X out of the one that you don't want, and again click save. So they're all the tags that we need to apply for the moment. So if we go back up and just have a look at what tags we created. So the start promotion tag is so that what you can do is tag everyone you want to attend your event, or everyone you want your emails to go to about the event as start promotion, and they'll be included in all the emails you sent out, so that's that one for. Registered, as I've just explained, is to register for an event. Now the attended and the no-shows you're going to use after your event has taken place. So you can go through the people that were on your list to attend and tag them as attended or tag them as no-show. And I'll show you how to apply a tag to someone in a little while. And then you've got opt-out as well, which we don't need for now. So we'll ignore that one for the moment. Okay. So we've done step 2. And now we've done step 3, create a campaign, and we've also done Oh, they're both step 3. We've also updated all the tags in there as well. So step 4, we want to update all the date timers. So if you go in here, so what we do is go to event promotion first of all. So I'm just going to move this. Well, it doesn't really have to move this that way a minute. So what we want to do is we want to work from the back, because if you try and work from the beginning, if you imagine like you're putting in an older date in here, a later date in here, then an earlier date down here, so it's going to confuse it. So we need to start working backwards. So the way to do it is if you right click on your mouse and drag your mouse over, you can move this anywhere you want to. So if you're on a laptop, use your right click button and pull across on your mouse pad. So the first one we want to look at is this one. So we can see email 6 is 2 days before the event. So if we double click on that one, we want to change the date. So we know my event's October the 3rd. You've seen from my 15 times of putting it in. So that's 2 days before event. So I click on this little calendar here. And the it's 3rd of October, so we want the 1st of October for this email to go out. And save. Now, what I want to do is work out my health and energy event, which is going to be the 5th of September. So I like to send 1 email out a week for my campaign. And Michelle will provide you 5 example emails in your marketing pack. So here we go. So we've got Friday 29th, there's 5th of September for my event. So I send them out on a Monday, that's how I like to do it really. You can do it whatever date you like, you can do it different dates, it's up to you. It's just my preference. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Mondays before my event. So what I've got is 6 emails here. So I only want 5 really. I want 1, 2 days before and 1 every Monday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one and delete it. So I've got too many there. I'm going to click on this timer and delete it. And I'm going to move this information over. Just drag it with your mouse, click on it and drag it with your mouse. Same for this one. And in order to link these two, you just hover over this, the little green arrow, and pull it across to where you want it to be linked to. Okay. So, of course, if you want 6 emails, have 6 emails, but that's how you delete them if you want to delete them. Okay. So I've done that 2 days before. So I want to do my one a week before, or on the Monday before. So I like to send them on the Mondays, as we've established. So that'll be the 28th for me. I'm going to right click and drag across again. Double click on this date. Hello. Gone all shy. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, yeah. I don't know what I've done there, but it's back. So double click on my calendar. So I want to do the Monday before. I've done the 28th, so the 21st, and save. Hopefully you get the gist of what I'm doing. Go to the one before that. That'll be the 14th. For that, that will be this 7th. Okay. Now, don't get too caught up on what these are called. If you want to change them to say like first Monday or whatever, you can just double click and you can change whatever that says. I don't bother because I'm not really that fussed about it. But now we've updated all of those calendars. We want to go back to campaign and go to your event reminders. Now these will again start from the back, work backwards. So you can see 1 day before event, so you want to set this time on whatever a day before your event is. I'd follow these because they're quite good to do, follow the date, so just work them out what 1 day before your event is. So mine is on a Thursday. Move them out of the way. So again, just click and drag it out of the way if you want to move it out of the way. Double click on this one. This is 3 days before event, you can see there. So that will be the 30th of September. So I'll go back to September. And say 1 week before event. So that is the 26th of September. And then 2 weeks before event. So you can see that's the 9th. And then you'll see that there's an email that goes immediately, so that doesn't need a timer. It means that as soon as they've registered, they get an email through. So I'll explain that in a moment. And then we want to go back to campaign again. So we've covered off updating all date timers in step 4. Step 5, what we want to do is update all email content. Now in my example for my event, the email content isn't there as yet, but I'm going to just show you one so you get the gist of it. So if you go into your Dropbox, if you've got it on your computer, like for example mine's there, so I would go into the Damsels folder, and all of your events will be under monthly events 2014 or whatever the year is, and then find your event. So I'm just going to use this one for argument's sake. And then you want to find the marketing pack, so double click to open it up. You can have that open before you start if you want, whatever makes it success with ease, but I wanted to show you where it was. So you'll see you've got the concept brief and everything there. And then you've got, just keep scrolling down, you have example videos and example emails. So see you've got 5 on here, so you've got lots of juicy content. I'm just going to copy one and trust that you know how to copy the best because you've got an example of me doing it once for you. So I'm just going to copy all of this information. I'm even going to copy the title, you see that. So I'm going to right click and copy and go back into my Infusion app. So if it says I want to update all email content and make sure that you mark all emails as ready. So we're going to go through that in a moment. Okay, so in your Infusion, you want to update the event promotion emails. So email number 1, I've just seen that in the event promotion, that's the stuff from your marketing pack that you'll copy and paste in. So email 1. So I would take that information out, apart from the high contact first name. You just hover over it, and you simply, it's much like an email, you just click in, highlight the stuff you don't want. Hello beautiful brother, I'm going to keep myself in between, click success redeem. And I will probably keep that last bit, so just keep what you want in there, and delete the bits you don't want, and then Control V to paste. Okay, so I'm going to take this title and cut it. So I'm going to right click and cut because I don't want it in there, that's the title. I'm going to highlight that, delete it and paste the title in. So we've got high contact first name, so we can take the dear bit out. Read through it to make sure that you cover off all the information. I'm going to put some spaces in. Join us and let us show you how to raise your game. So that's all fine. So if you're serious about raising it, book your complimentary first tickets at first meeting here. So it's I might put mine is Barnhurst Golf course. So you just want to make sure this information is populated for you. Obviously your event information. and that's on Friday, 3rd October, 9:30 to 12:30. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to say, right, okay, I want them to click here. So I'm saying book your complimentary first meeting here. So I might want to highlight that information and do what's called hyperlink it. So go to this little chain where it says link, and it will ask you to insert the link. So where do you want to direct them to? So we want them to register. So we want to go to our permalink or our URL here and copy it, just highlight over it, because that's where we want them to go. Copy. And that'll direct them to the sales page so they can register. And then you just paste in that little box down there and insert update. And you'll see what will happen is it will underline it for you so that your guests can click there to register. Okay. So what we also want to put in is we also want to put in a one-click link. So I'm going to put it in here for our members so they can literally what it says on the tin, they can click it and they'll show up as registered in your file. So you can use whatever sentence you want. I'm going to use this one. So because this is obvious that this is something different, it's not what guests do, I'm going to highlight it, change it a different colour and bold it. So like an email, it's exactly the same, so I'm going to put bold up here. This is my colours, so I'm going to change that to pink. But also, I'll need that, it's no good that being pink, that won't do anything really. So what I need to do is I need to tag them as registered when they click that. So what I'm going to do is highlight the click here to register. Again, I'm going to click link because I want to link them to something else. But instead of web address, what I'm going to do is click on a thank you page. And I want to tag them as registered. So this little button here means apply a tag. So I'll click on that. And the tag I want to provide is registered, as you probably would have guessed. So I'm going to type in, remember, the first few letters of my event. And I'm going to select the registered down there. And then I want to edit thank you page in this little blue writing here. So you can really write whatever you want here, but I'm just going to put in a pretty standard message. So thanks for registering for love. Look forward Okay. Bit obsessed with gold today. Oh, and I've spelled that wrong, so just make sure your spelling's right. Okay. And then you can link them back to your website if you want, or you can just delete that out. I'll show you how to link them back to your website. So you can put click here to return to Dress a Heap or whatever your group is. Or site. That's nice. So I'm going to highlight that, and again I'm going to use a link to link it to somewhere else. So I'm going to put damsels in success .co.uk/Facebook. You can copy that from your site if you want, and then update that, and then as always scroll down to the bottom and save and close. That's one of the only places really you'll need to save in Infusion. The rest sort of saves it automatically for you. And then insert an update. So when you're going through your emails, you can copy this little bit and use that to insert in all of your emails. So you can copy Michelle's content, hyperlink your book your first meeting here, and then you put your pink sentence, I'll call it pink sentence, you don't have to have it pink, but just so you know, for your one-click link, pop that in your every email in the event registration section. And then you, the important thing here is up the top you see it says draft. We want to change that to ready and go back to sequence. And that will automatically save once you've done that. Sorry about this. There we go. So you can see it's turned green, so that means it's ready to rock and roll. So what I want you to do is pause this video here and go and copy the content from those emails and like alter to your own style, obviously, and change your wording to what you want. So you want to be going in every one, leaving the high contact first name, deleting the rest, deleting the bits you don't want, pasting the bits you do want, part about it till it's your own, hyperlink the click here to register for your guests to that URL, and then you want to just copy your first email, that pink sentence or your one-click link, and pop that in all of these. But for the purpose of speed, I'm just going to go into everyone and make them ready. But you won't, obviously, you'll go in and put in the information you need. So you need to make sure, don't forget, every email you need to set it to ready, and you need to make sure that these are green and not grey. Ready? This may seem monotonous, but it's really, really important to go through this and do it. And obviously you'll be doing your own stuff and your own content. Okay, getting things that one's ready. Back to sequence. I'm going to chuck that over a little bit so it's neater. Okay, lovely stuff. And then I'm going to change the event promotion to ready as well, so the whole thing to ready, and then go back to campaign. Okay, so we can see event promotion when it comes up is green, so that's all ready to rock and roll. So we want to change the emails in event reminders now. So just going one by one and change them as you see fit. So the first one, this section, remember, is when people have clicked on register, it's just going to send a reminder. So first at 2 weeks to go, so it's 2 weeks to our next event, blah, 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 blah. And just remind them that when the event is, so that they come. Okay, so I'm going to leave this information in, and all I'm going to change is the actual event details. So I'm just going to change here. Lovely. Love. Okay, so here's a reminder of the details. So I'm just going to change the date again. Okay, that's all groovy. Okay, and then there's a date here, so I'm just going to change that. Yours would be pretty similar. You just need to do the same. And just scroll down, make sure everything's hunky away. There we go. And then, of course, as with everything else, make that ready. So you need to go in and make those changes to every single email. Again, for speed, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to go into them and make them ready. But you need to go into them and change all of the details so they're specific to your event. Get ready. Sequence. Pull that across. Just got a couple more to do. So I'm pretending I'm updating all the information within them. And last one. Ready. Close it angle, make it a bit neater, have it all on one page. And then back to campaign. So we've done that, we've updated all of our emails. Woo! Congratulations, we're halfway through. Yay. So next one is step 6, which is update opt-out links. Now I do want to explain about this, but you don't need it. On here you don't need this tag as opt-out. So this was on here, but we've taken it out for ease. So this little man, and you'll see him in your campaign, when they click on, there's a link. If you look in all your emails, don't touch it because it's automatically linked, so you don't need to do anything. It's already done. But what will happen is, I'll just let it load up so I can explain as you can see. If you scroll down here, your first little bit it will say, if you're not interested in this event or can't make it, click the link below and you won't get any more emails. So if you click unsubscribe, what it will do is it will take them out of the campaign, so they, by clicking on that unsubscribe, they won't receive, say they've done it in email 1, they wouldn't receive any more of these 5 emails, and they won't get any more emails within this campaign about that event. So that's all that does, and that takes them down there. So we'll leave it as it is. So yeah, so that's opt out. Okay. So, and all of that's functional for you. So let's move on to step 6. So we update opt-out links. So that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. And then step 7 is publish your campaign. So if you see up here, you've got a little blue button that says publish. So we need to click that. This will not work unless you've gone in and made everything ready. Oh, which I can see I haven't. Just reminded myself. Event reminders in here. So I need to make this ready. 10 points for you if you spotted that wasn't green. It was just a test. I didn't forget it really. Or what do you believe, or did I? So we go back and we want to publish it as it says there. So you can see there's a little button. Oh, no, my one is blue, so we click on publish. So it will tell you everything you've changed. So you can see that we've changed stuff in event promotion, email reminders, everything like that. And then you click on publish. Don't worry, it's not going to go anywhere to anyone until you've tagged people. So this is very safe until you apply the tags to people. So you can see there, it's made it live for you. And these 2 things, because they were green, are now live, which is fantabulosity. So we've done that. Very easy step. So step 7 done. We're nearing completion. So step 8, so get the form code and update your event registration page. So again, there's a video on this, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we want to do is go back and we want to click on the edit button, edit tab, and go into event registration. So with all the sections, double click on that. Okay, so it should have all of these sections in there. So first name, surname, email, phone, address line 1, city, county, postcode. If you want to change any of these, because it probably is a little bit Americanized, you can either double click, you can either click in, or you can click like that and it will bring it up for you, or you get the same thing, you can hover over it and click on the little spanner. So you'll see, say this said, I don't know, state, you can highlight it and change it to whatever you want to call it, and then save it. And if you want to make it a required section for them to fill in, you just change this to on. I've said, yeah, it's not really that important to me. So address, so I saved that. But what I have done is you'll see in phone, email, surname, all of that stuff, is if I click in it or click on a little spanner, it is required, because I definitely do want their name, surname, email and phone. If you haven't got any of those sections in, that's absolutely fine. You just go across to field snippets and you drag them down. So wherever you want them. So say, I'm going to put one in there. I don't, but I'll put it in there so you can see, and I can change that to whatever I want and save. I'm going to delete that because I don't need it. If you want to delete anything, you just use a little bin. Okay, but that's, you just literally click on it and pull it down, and you can use whichever you want. If it's got more than one field, like address, like say I wanted to add something to the address, I would just, because the address is already in there, I'll click my little spanner. And I might say, oh, I want address line 2. So I might click on that and it will populate when I save an address line 2 in there. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I also want to do is have a look. So we've got the design and you can see what that looks like there. And then it will start becoming very clear in a moment. Then we've got a thank you page. So we want to make sure that the thank you page says what we want it to say. And it's got all the right information in there. So as you can see, it's got my last month's event, so health and energy, so that I created. So I want to put in the right title. As with everything else, it's just got a little bit of updating. Okay, so that's that. So I want to change the date. So I'm reminding people just to put it in their calendar. And just make sure it's all there. So that's fine. That's all I needed to change. So I want to change that to ready. So first, before I get the code, I want to do that. Go back to campaign. And I want to publish, so to make those changes live, you know. So I click on publish, and then I'll go to edit again, double click my event registration, then what I want to do is go along to the code tab and click on that. And I want to click on HTML code unstyled. So you click the little circle there. And then I want to click in here and highlight it all. So I do Control A. You can, click in your box and Control A. You can highlight it all, however you want to do it. And then Control C or right click and copy. And I want to go back to my WordPress page. So I want to do Live Editor again. And I want to launch now on my Optimised Press page. So the reason why what you've done is you've just copied the code as it said. So it's going to go in these Register Me Now links. Now I've got one at the top as well. You can have that. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But I'm going to show you where yours is. Yours is generally at the bottom of your page. So it's very much the same. So remember, it's the pencil to edit it. And then what we want is the pencil again. Okay, so you can see that there's previous code in here, so we just take all of that out, so we can Control A again and delete, and you want to Control V or paste the code in. So what you can see down here is this box basically is the thing that will link your sales page back to your Infusion, so it can tell who's clicked on your page to register and populate that information in your Infusionsoft app. So that's very clever. So what it will do is it will go through. If you might want to use your pen and paper at this stage to have a look. It does it in a jangledy-fangledy way, but it tells you what order your fields come in. So name will be first. So at 0, or the first point, is name. Let's find number 1. That should be surname. There it is. Field name. So there we go. Enter your surname. And then the third thing is email. And then number 3 should be phone, which you can see, enter your phone number, enter your street address, city, county, postcode. Yes, that's all fine, I'm happy with that. So I want to click insert after I've checked the order is right for me. And the order should be right if it was right before. So it's just really a double checking measure. And then scroll down again and click update. Now, if you want to do like I have and create another Register Me Now button, an easy way to do that is just hover over, and this one will just copy it for you. So you just copy it like that, ta-da, and it will copy it. It will automatically pop it down below, and you can just drag it by using this little arrow button, and you can drag it anywhere you want to on a page. So I chose mine at the top, so I dragged it. Just keep dragging my mouse up. Scrolling up the screen a bit. Okay, now I popped mine in there, for example. Okay. So yes, that's fine. I'll just look at this one. Okay. So I've popped it up there as well. You can do that. You don't have to, but I just did because I'd like, if they didn't want to read everything, they can register right at the top. Up to you what you want to do, totally. But I've decided to put mine there. So yeah, so that's your Register Me Now button. So we've done that. We've updated the code. So we want to save and close again. So people will now be able to register, and it links to your Infusionsoft. Happy days. So we've done the code. We've got that there. So step 8 completed. Step 9, update our events page. So now we've got our little sales page. What we want to do is update our events page. So if we click back on pages, see if ever you want to edit your love, you can just edit it in there, or live editor. But what we want this time is events, and we want to edit that. So you might want words. I quite like videos. So if you want to put a video in your under your event, so I would strongly recommend having the title here like in bold. So this one, for example, September 5th, Health and Energy Good Vibrations. If you want to put a video, you just click in wherever you want your video. You've got a little YouTube shortcode here, so you just click on it, and you get your YouTube URL, and you copy it and paste it in here. And when you've done that, you just insert shortcode, and when people click on your events page on your website, they'll be able to see your video there. You can put text beneath it. If you're doing a video, you probably only need a little bit of text. And then again, love, so we'll pretend I'm typing this in, type. And then put information in there. And the important thing to do at the bottom is have a link or a hyperlink that directs them to the event page. So again, so what we want to do is get that link. So I'm going to update that because I've entered this all in, remember, and I've done click here, and all of that's lovely. I might have even put a little video in. So once I've got all the information I want, video or not, I click update, and then I want to find my link to my event. So you can either go in and do live editor or whatever, or you can do view. So I'm going to view it this time because I just want a link. So I'm going to right click on view though, because I don't want to lose this bit, and I'm going to open link in new tab. So here it will pop up my sales page. Lovely. There we go. So you can see that's what your page will look like to other people. But all I want for this purpose is just to copy this link. So I'm going to highlight it and copy it. Go back to my WordPress. Go back into my events page and edit. So under love, that's my love event. So I want to highlight this click here, and I want to click on the link. So always hyperlink looks like a little chain. And I want to paste my URL in here. Again, update. And once I've done that and it all looks how I want, I update again. So you'll be able to see if we just take a look at my live page for that. Just go into the Bexley Heath site. Right, so if you look at our events, so which is the bit you've just updated, so you can see it's got love, and when I click here to learn more about the event, I haven't got videos in there yet, but when I click here to learn more about my event, one day, it'll bring up my sales page. That's what we want to do. So perfect, that's all working. It's good to give it a little test. What you'll also want to do is you'll want to test your links. So give them a test with yourself so you can enter the information. So, yeah. See, I've done this before, haven't I? So you can all come and visit me now, you know my address. Okay, and I'll click reserve my place. Sometimes it does this funky thing. right. And then submit. So now it comes up. See, that's your thank you page we generated. If you remember, thanks for reserving your seat, helping energy, good vibrations. And if I wanted to, this is what happens if I click that. Return to Betsy Heath site. It should just take me back to the home page, which it does. Perfect. It's all working groovy. Okay, and you can see within your campaign. So if you go back to your campaign, and performance, you can see who has registered. It takes a little while to populate, but what will happen is in event reminders, you'll see that this will change to one person and show that someone's registered, and you can go in and have a look who that is and things like that in there once that auto populates. So great. So we have done, we nearly finished. I believe we're on step 10. So you can see the beautiful Michelle. She's popped a video in her section. So that's what it looked like if you have that. You can also do a little button, add a little picture of a button, reserve your spot, and hyperlink that, or you can just have a click here. Whatever you like to do. If you want a button in your page, you can just I want to insert, add media. Forgive my brain. So I would just, again, click down, add media. You've got that button in there already, which is amazing. So we just use our media library. I've lost them anyway. So you would need to, you get the button, you get a picture of a button, and you can put it in there, and or you can upload it or find one in Google or whatever, and you can insert that into your page, and then you can hyperlink it. You can hyperlink it into there, or you can go in here, insert an element. If you want to add a picture, you can insert, and if you want to add a button, you just scroll down to button. Choose a button style, so whatever you want it to look like. It will come up in a second. Okay, so you can use that one, let's say that one. So just going through, register now, roll down. So link URL, we can go in here again, copy this, go into a button, paste that, insert. So here we go, it will look like a lot of gobbledygook on here, and we can just, you just obviously put it where you want it. There. And then update. And then when we refresh the Betsy Heath, just let that finish updating. So apologies, just to clarify, that one's spreading pictures, that one's spreading buttons. And then you go to events. You'll see, hopefully, you should have a register button and blah, 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 blah. Ta-da! So I can just click that, and that should take me again, you know, right click here. You can take that out if you want. You can have your button, or you can have both. Give the option. It will take you again to the sales page. Okay. So step 10, and the very last step, so that is the only other thing you would need to do after you've done all of that, update your events page, is you need to tag people in your campaign. So what we would do is after that we want to edit that to make sure it's all published and everything all green. So that's fabulous, it is. So we go back to list, because we need to get out of this in order to allocate everyone, to tag them to make sure that they start getting it. So what we do is we go to CRM and we go to contacts. So all of your contacts will be there. So depending on who you got, if you want to send it out to everyone, it's a lot easier to do that. And then what you do, it's just loading at the moment. So everyone's ticked at the moment. So if you wanted to send it to everyone, you just they're all ticked automatically anyway. So you just press the drop down menu on actions, and then you want to select apply, remove, tag. And just allow it to load because it hasn't done everything yet. Right, so it's loaded. So I want to apply. So I want to find my tag. So this is where like you can go into individual ones and do it. But for now I want to tag everyone. So I want to tag them as start promotion, so that when the date comes that I want to send the first email, they'll all get that. Okay, so I click on start promotion and I click on save and process action. So this will take a little while to update and do all of that, because there's a lot in there. So you can just let it do its work. You can see it's going over, so it's applying the tag to all of my lists. So there we go, it's done it. Fabulous. So the very next step after we've applied the tag, because everything's ready now, so they're going to get the emails when the date goes. So what the last thing we need to do is add our event to the main downloads and success site. So you've got the link here. So you can click it, or I'm going to right click it and open link in the new tab. So my event, so I just put in October 3rd, 2014. So mine is love, good name, respectively. Link to event page, so this one that we saved. There it is, too many tabs open. Now short description, so I could use a bit of my description that I used here, which I will for ease. Or it'd be in your marketing pack as well. So just copy from there, whichever you want to do. Make it easy. Oh no, there's the wrong thing. Don't highlight that. So there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that bit. And I'm going to enter that in my short description and submit. Okay, so my event now has been added to the main Damsels in Success site. So when I go to, so we just use this one for now, as you can see. Oh. So just the normal damselsinsuccess.co.uk, so the main website. Okay. And that will be in the events down the left hand side. Once it loads, you'll see October when we get there. October 3rd. You've got Betsy Heath, love, love, love. Happy day. So they can click on there from that site, or they can go in from my site. So they've got lots of different ways of doing it, and of course you can share this link in, or do a bit.ly link and squeeze it down to using your Twitter or your Facebook posts or whatever you want, and you can use that as well. So that is in pretty much an hour, so we are good going. Your 10 total steps to doing your event, so that should give you everything you need. If you need anything else, please watch the videos. You've got lots and lots of resources that you can use, and of course we're always here if you've got any questions. So I'll leave you with that. Hopefully that helps, and I want to send you lots of love, and thank you very much for listening. Take care and speak soon. Bye.